performance tonight.
Thank you.
Is that a good way to describe this whole game tonight, everybody?
Yeah, I think you're pretty spot on with your assessment there.
On the same page?
Yeah, we are, as
talked,
always.
You had talked yesterday about the weapons that Tampa has, and the first name you mentioned was Kucherov. 7 shots on goal tonight and 7 saves. Just talk about the matchup that you face with those
guys. What can I say? It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. That's the kind of a mentality that I've always had, and I hope that everybody else has too. It's fun playing best in the world. You have that little extra motivation, and especially when you come here at home and you play such a dangerous team, offensively wise. There's going to be a good challenge. You never know when it's going to happen. It's just a question of when and not if. And that's what it kind of like was today. We know that they have a good power play as well, but fellas did some really, really huge blocks for us there in the third, but also in the first to kind of take away those extra momentum givers to them.
I know you kind of touched on it, but what did you think of the job from Ridley, Greig, Shane Pinto, and Michael Amadio's line, particularly near the end with those shot blocks?
Oh, it's what you need. You need to put your body on the line. It's tight because there's a lot of bodies in front. It's tough for me sometimes to get a clear vision of it, and especially when puck is moving side to side and you have threats on the left and you have threats on the right, and a big body like Paul in front as well. So it's important not just against these guys, but against everybody that we play, that when we're in a position like this, that we take an extra breath, and then we put ourselves in a good position to block him, which I thought that we did a great job today. And then I think we just have to tell Ridley to hit the net next time.
Just these 2 points mean the same as they do in October, but do they feel bigger right now because of what's at stake?
I don't say bigger per se. Sweeter, yes. Just because that when you play these games, when people say it's a lot on the line or whatever it may be, yeah, it is important, obviously, but we've said it right from the start in the beginning of October. So, even though if you just get 1 point, that 1 point is huge at the end of the line, and you never know how many points you're going to have up or down or up against someone. So it's important that you stick to it, and I'm really happy with the response that we had today compared to from last game against Buffalo, and it's a real confidence giver for Saturday and Sunday.
Are there any added meanings to wins over teams like Tampa that have clearly established themselves as playoff teams, while you guys are obviously looking to make that goal yourself of making it to the playoffs?
What was the first part of it?
Sorry, is there any added meaning to a team like Tampa, knowing that you guys are trying to make the playoffs and they're an established power at this point of the season?
I don't know. It's like I said in the other question, it's a confidence boost overall. Especially winning 2-1 against them. That's huge. You don't want to have like a running gun game when you end up having 6 or 5 and just you know how dangerous they are, and you want to keep them to a minimum at all times. Obviously, that's my job every night, but it's just sweeter to win these games at this point of time as well. It doesn't really matter who it is. It's just that you're going to need all of them to get in.
What's the key to getting the better of Nikita Kucherov?
Hoping he had a bad day. Yeah. I wish I knew. There's a reason why he puts up 100 points a season. It's not a fluke. I've heard a lot of good things about him as a human, as a person, as a player, and it's not by coincidence that he's as good as he is. And so you got to have the same mentality against everyone like this, Kucherov, McDavid, McKinnon. You got to give them as little time as possible. Problem with him, though, is that he can do whatever he wants on both backhand and forehand. So you have to honor him in a way that even though you might put him on his backhand, that pass will still arrive at the other side.
Thanks, Linus.
Thank you.
How important was this end result here tonight?
Yeah, it was great. That's a big win, big 2 points. Keep climbing in the standings.
What did you see from your team in its entirety?
Yeah, up and down the lineup, great. Ullmark, when it came down to it, shut the door as well. So everybody, contributed, and it was a good win.
At both ends of the ice, would you say it's safe to say that defensively you were just as good offensively as well?
Yeah, no, for sure. Obviously, 2-1 game. There's not many goals, but I think we were on top of them throughout the night. Neutral zone and closing in the D zone as well. So, yeah.
How did you feel about the challenge of going up against guys like Nikita Kucherov so late in an important game like this?
Yeah, it's a fun challenge. Whenever a good player like that comes in, it's certainly a lot of fun. Makes the game a lot more enjoyable trying to shut those guys down.
What's the key to keeping those guys neutralized?
Well, you got to be above them for sure. They're so talented, especially a guy like Cooch. So I don't exactly have a perfect answer, but you got to definitely be aware when he's on the ice.
We asked Shane a little bit about the way your line has had so much success, and you just talked about that chemistry. What's it been like for the three of you to see how well you've played?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, we're playing a lot of minutes against top guys, so I think the goal, to shut those guys down makes it a lot easier for us. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Is it a mindset that you guys go in that it's that challenge of shutting down those top guys?
Yeah, 100%. You gotta be sharp on your mindset. You gotta be focused. You have one bad shift, they're probably gonna score. So, yeah.
Does that mentality kind of come out those block shots that you guys get in the game, especially when you can't block?
Yeah, obviously when you're out there when the game's on the line and it's your turn to step up and make a block, you gotta do what you gotta do. Thanks.
2-win mentality and a 2-1 victory going into this one?
Yeah, definitely. I think, Greener said in the morning, that's the way we're going to have to win down the stretch. And thought all the boys bought in, and we found a way there.
Can you talk a little bit about just how your line was so effective tonight? It just seemed, Travis showed a lot of confidence in you, having you guys out there late in the game.
Yeah, I think we're just super comfortable with each other. I think all three of us kind of have that responsible kind of mindset, and I think we just read off each other well. I think we cover for each other, and I've always said it's easy to play with those guys. It's fun to play with those guys, and thankfully we did the job tonight.
What about the job your goaltender did tonight?
Yeah. I mean, Ollie made some huge saves for us. We don't have him there, we don't win that game. So that's the type of goalie he is, and just happy he's on our side.
Sense of relief when you scored, Shane. You've had a couple of pretty good great chances.
Yeah. It's there's been a few the past few games, but hopefully that gets me going and down the stretch and produce a little bit more.
How much do you relish the opportunity of playing against, in a defensive role, the other team's top players?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's pretty fun. Going into the night, knowing you have to try to shut down those guys, it's obviously super fun, and like you said, just trying to embrace it and have some fun with it.
On that point, kind of penalty kill. What
Yeah.
do you see out there tonight from your guys?
Yeah, I just thought we did a good job. Obviously, Cooch and them are going to make some plays, but we blocked some shots. Reds have some big blocks, and everyone just did their job. Ollie made some big saves, and that was a big PK night for us.
What did you think of Ridley Greig's performance tonight?
Yeah, unreal. I think he's really elevated his game the last couple weeks, and just an all-around player, fun to play with, and he's just just a good hockey player, honestly.
I think it was your first win without Brady. How important was it to step up and get those wins without him?
Yeah, I mean, obviously hard to, he's a big heart and soul guy for our team. Obviously, he's our captain, so obviously different guys had to step up, and like you said, I thought everyone bought in tonight. It was a team effort, and we found a way.
2-1, your favorite score when you're on the right side of it, Coach?
Yeah, I think we've talked a lot about that with our team, not just now, but earlier in the year. And obviously at this time of year, there's going to be some close games, and you got to be comfortable playing in them. I thought we looked comfortable tonight.
Can you talk a bit about, you showed obviously a lot of trust in that Pinto line, having them out at the end.
Yeah.
What is it that you're liking about that trio right now?
Well, they've kind of been our go-to line all year when it comes to matchups, and I think they take pride in it. They're all capable of it. They all bring different elements to their game, and I thought they were outstanding tonight.
Does it help with all three of them having really active sticks and breaking them?
Well, that's part of it. There's certain players on every team that are probably a little bit better defensively or mindful, I guess, is a better word. And all three of those players, they know their role. They know what they have to do to get their job done.
Penalty kill as well, just you like the line of the group.
That's a big part of the win. It's no secret they have a dangerous power play. dangerous team in general offensively, and our PK was a big part of it, and then we get a big goal in the power play.
Difference did Ullmark make tonight, Travis?
A big difference, yeah. He was great tonight.
How do you feel in the third period, when there's all these shots, and, how much confidence do you have in him in those moments?
I do, yeah. I mean, it's nice when you got a guy back there that's, can make big saves at big moments. And, I felt early in the game he was dialed in. And whenever you're playing a team like Tampa, you're going to have to make some saves down the stretch. They're not just going to go away. They're too good. And your goalie's going to have to make some saves. And we're fortunate that we have a guy that we feel confident in.
Games getting tighter, playoffs potentially down the stretch.
Yeah.
How important is it for the team to learn how to win a 2-1 game against a team like Tampa?
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of preached that all year. We've had a lot of close games this year. We've had a lot of one-goal games. And, I feel like our team is ready for it. And from the build-up to this point. And we were tonight.
Okay.